relaunching version 2 of our mentorship program on Mentorloop has been completely transformational for us, not just as a mentorship program, but as an organization that was really leveling up our tech and our ability to better impact our founders. As a nonprofit, it's really important for us that everything we're doing has impact on the people we serve, which are LGBTQ founders and their allies. And so I think first way we saw a huge impact, it was on match time. Before we were looking at 60-day average match times. Now we can have a day match time. For us, it's the instant ability for mentors and mentees to find one another, to connect. I think, I always tell people that no one knows you better than you. So when it comes to matching, it is highly beneficial for both sides of the equation, mentors and mentees, to be able to see one another because they know what kind of businesses or types of mentors would light up their business. But in the case of mentors, they know what kind of businesses light them up, and the way founders talk about their business makes a big difference. They see that through the profiles. So that's number one on the match times. Match quality. I think we had good match quality before. Now I feel like we've got exceptional match quality. People have a lot more detail about the person they're matching with, even before they send that connection request. But in addition to that, it's about the actual process. It really is a finessed process where people get to know one another. They jump into that first meeting and they get to immediately evaluate, is this a good fit? And most of the time the answer is yes. And if for any reason it's not, they can decline it and move forward, grateful for the conversation they've had. I think one of the things that is especially important in a program like ours is that people can see that they are well represented within the program. And so I think from a diversity and inclusion perspective, I think we've been able to diversify, especially our mentor base as a result of Mentorloop, and really bring in more mentors who are looking to support founders immediately. I think the setup of Mentorloop as a user experience lends itself to more diverse outcomes because it's more access, it's a better user experience, there's less hurdles to the mentorship process, and that makes for a better, more well-rounded and more diverse and well-represented program. I think, when I think about personal success stories, I can think of so many pairs who have literally said, this mentor is changing my life. I am working with them. I'm overhauling the business, or I finally have a pitch deck I'm proud of. Or my go-to-market strategy finally feels solid because I had a mentor who understood what it meant to build a go-to-market strategy. Or I finally found product market fit. In the startup world, that's a really big deal when you're an early stage founder. And I think for me as a program manager, one of the things that's been really powerful as a program director is to see the highlights section. The highlights section of Mentorloop for a program director is really the instant pulse check on how is my program doing? How are people feeling? Is there a mentorship match that I want to give some attention to, that I'd like to check in and give some guidance? But more than anything, it's people raving about each other. And I think you can't overestimate how valuable that feedback is. As a program coordinator, you want to know how your program is doing, not just that people are meeting, you want to know how it's going. And there's always the quantitative and the qualitative, and that mentorship highlights section really highlights the emotional qualitative aspect of how people are feeling. That's the most important thing to me, is I want to see how people are feeling, not just how often they're meeting. And it's made a huge difference just in the day-to-day operations and management of our program. We have had countless moments where we hear, especially from our founders who are our mentees, that mentorship completely changed not just the course of their business, but in some cases their lives. Because, in a business mentorship program like ours, the businesses founders are launching, their success impacts their personal lives. And it's really a way for them to more greatly achieve their purpose and have a sense of purpose through what they're building with their businesses. But I think there's just countless experiences where a mentee came to us and said, I never would have been able to have gotten gotten my company funded, gotten fundraising if I hadn't had my mentor. It's not just to have the networking and connections. They actually learned things. The mentor helped them with their pitch deck. The mentor helped them practice pitching, helped them with their presentation skills, or even things as a mentor helping a founder through, say, an HR challenge they're facing in their business or looking to hire as they scale their team. We hear this every day, and I think one of the things that is particularly palpable and noticeable in a program of our size is we really see people talk about, on a humanity level, the element of feeling seen. And for the LGBTQ founder community, this is really important, that for many, many founders, they find that the value of mentorship isn't just in having someone who has the area of expertise or industry experience you're seeking. That's wonderful, but it's also more qualitative. It's in the feeling seen, the feeling heard, having a safe resource to bounce ideas off of, and even just having someone say, I've got your back. Let me know, what you're struggling with. I'm here to help.